Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Trippin with Silver Daddy. Yes, this is my first episode that we are taping our live podcast. When we say live, it's pre-recorded live, but it is live. As you can see, I do not edit anything, so anything can come out of my mouth. So let's talk about the name of the podcast. It is Trippin with Silver Daddy, and the reason I chose that, Trippin, because I love to travel. I really love to travel, and I've been all over, from many places in North America, South America, Europe, and I lived in the Caribbean. So there is a love for my travel. And then the Silver Daddy part, well, that we can thank to my mother. So when I was younger, I thought it was a curse. Meaning, when I was in college, my hair started turning gray. And I spent hours plucking gray hair out. And I swear to you, every time I plucked the gray hair out, 4 more grew in. I was teased in college about turning gray. And because of all that, I decided to dye my hair. So when I was 20 years old, I started dyeing my hair brown. Dyed it all the time for 20-something years, actually. Then I lived in the Caribbean, as I just mentioned. And I lived on an island called St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Here's the problem. When you live on an island, we only had one store. We had a Kmart. I had to go to Kmart and buy hair dye. I dyed my hair brown. Well, supplies don't always come to an island. So there was a period that they had no brown dye. None. Not light brown, not medium brown, not dark brown. They didn't even have black. So I was going to have to dye my hair auburn. So I contemplated and didn't really want to do that. So I got really drunk one night. And when I got drunk, I had some shaving shears and I shaved my entire head. Shaved my head bald. You know, when I woke up in the morning, there was some regret. But what ended up happening is my hair started to grow back in. And oh my gosh, my hair was completely silver. Can you see it in the sunlight? So in the sunlight, it is so shiny silver, everyone. So I was devastated. I felt so old, did not like it, was so scared to go to work. And everyone at work loved my silver hair. All the women at work kept saying, "Oh my God, you have the most beautiful hair." And I was like, ugh, I just feel old. So they still didn't have the dye, so I let it grow out. Well, by now, everyone at work was calling me Silver Pappy, Silver Daddy, Silver this, Silver that, and I let it go. Now, years later, probably about 15 years later, I'm used to it, and everyone calls me Silver Daddy. You know, when I was younger, it was a curse. Now it's a blessing, because it is a trait that I have from my mother. And every time I see family, they are like, "Oh, you have the most beautiful hair, just like your mother did." And my mom used to tell people that she had the most beautiful black hair, and she did, until she gave birth to me. So my mom always put the blame on me for having her silver hair. So that's why I put the blame on my mom for me now having silver hair. Therefore, the show was titled Trippin' with Silver Daddy.